And there is no doubt in my mind that we are less safe today because of outside threats, because of the threat of terrorism. It is because of the fact that we do things that we shouldn't be doing, and we should just be minding our own business. But it is under these conditions that people are so careless about permitting the government to do the things they're not allowed to do, like disobeying the Fourth Amendment, warrantless searches, the rejection of habeas corpus, secret prisons, torture. This is not America. This is un-America, and we need to change all of those problems. You know, a lot of people would like to make fun of the idea that we talk about sound money, but it is a very important issue. This whole idea that governments can come along, and when they need money, they usually just, let's go ahead and print it. Does that make any sense? But this is the way they control the economy. They control the economy, and it undermines the middle class and the poor, because the standard of living goes down because the cost of living goes up. And it is that issue that is so vital, because it is through that monetary system that they're able to finance the welfare, warfare state, and literally what happens is the wealth is transferred from the middle class to the wealthy. In countries that perpetually destroy their currencies have no middle class. And this is what's happening to our country today. The middle class is getting smaller and smaller, and the pie is getting smaller, and they're becoming more aggressive than ever in Washington trying to get bits and pieces of this pie. So really, we have a tremendous task in this campaign as well for all of us as time comes by. We have to reverse this trend. For the last 100 years or longer, we have seen the erosion of personal liberties. For some reason, approximately 100 years ago, liberty got divided up into pieces. They talked about personal liberty on one hand and economic liberty on the other hand. The truth is liberty is all one piece. If you have a right to your life, you have a right to your property. You have the right to your fruits of your labor, and the government ought to be there to make sure that we have a free society. Our liberties are to be protected by our government. Our government is not supposed to be involved in promoting virtue and promoting excellence. That is the job of individuals. But the responsibility then falls on the individuals. If we don't do a good job, it's our responsibility. We can't go begging to our neighbor or demanding from our neighbor that we be taken care of. This is what made America great, and this is what we unfortunately have forgotten. Our problems are big, but they're not nearly as big as some countries that didn't have our traditions. We've had a great tradition. We've understood property rights and free markets and sound money, and at one time a more sensible foreign policy. So it's not a radical departure, it's just a restoration of what we fought and achieved in our revolution. So our revolution is a continuation of really the greatest revolution of mankind, because it was our revolution that gave the people more freedom, not less freedom. That should be our goal, is more individual freedom.